100 has been an indicator of your success. What are you seeing right now that's prohibiting your group from capitalizing?
The start of our game. Can't spot a team 12 points to start the game, and now you're climbing uphill the rest of the way. You can play them even all you want the rest of the way, but we have to do a better job of coming out with an intensity and a fight to hit from the beginning of the game.
That's been a problem now for the last couple of weeks leading into the playoffs. Can you put your finger on what is the commonality between all those moments? In
this moment, I can't really put my finger on what that is. We've just got to do, we've done a decent job, and then they go on a little 6 to 8-0 run that puts you behind it right away, and then you're crawling back from there.
You were down 3, I think, when Jalen Suggs with the knee injury. How much did that have an impact just emotionally for this team?
It takes it out of our guys a little bit, knowing, our head of the snake of our defense on that ball goes down. You do not want anything to happen, and so he made his way back in the game, but in that moment, it does, pull away from us a little bit. We were able to regroup for the moment, and then this team continued to fight, regardless of the circumstances. We got it to 10 points, with 4:37 left in the game, and just continued to fight to the end.
You talk about this team showing fight once again. They went on runs throughout to pull it within single digits at times, but what is preventing sort of the consistency you need to overtake the lead?
That big momentum shift with a big shot being made. I think that turns into a lot of it. We go on a run, we get great looks, and they don't drop. And I think that's some of the momentum, and they do a great job of packing that paint in. So as you're attacking and you're seeing bodies, you spray it out. We still have to be willing and confident enough to shoot the basketball, but that's a lot of time what's happened in those momentum swings.
Jamal, given how critical shooting is in the playoffs, how can you guys get back into the series the way you guys are shooting?
Keep guarding, keep defending, and get easier baskets. I think that's the thing that will put us and give us an opportunity. They got 20 fast break points off of some of those long shots, long rebounds. We have to be able to do the same, rebound the basketball to get out and run and make some easy baskets early.
Another question. Why not put Suggs on Mitchell more often?
I think a big portion of that is because the way Donovan navigates through pick and rolls, Jalen will get hit often, and being able to have him off the ball and be on Darius is something that he's done a great job of, being able to guard him. Now, mind you, there's things that we'll continue to look at as the series goes on, but that's one of the reasons why we tend to go there.
Speaking of Donovan, he had 14 points in the first quarter and then 9 in the ensuing 3. What changed in how you were defending him?
Just continue to mix up the coverages. I mean, a guy like that, he started off hot, got himself going early, and then I think he slowed himself down because I think we just continued to mix it up, put different bodies on him, ran a couple doubles at him. I think we just keep changing it up throughout the game.
You were running some doubles at him at the end of the fourth. Is that something that you can do throughout a game more?
You can. I think you have to figure out the times you don't want to open up the 3. But again, a lot of that came from offensive rebounds, and that happens when you're scrambling. And so our ability to finish possessions out, you limit them to one shot, you give yourself more of an opportunity.
You guys have prided yourself on the rebounding and dominating the paint throughout the course of the season. What's Jared Allen doing to be so dominant in these two games?
He's just fighting and going after it. I think that's the thing that we look at more than anything. He's just going after that basketball.
Coach, you mentioned after last game a series doesn't start until a team loses at home. You guys have been great at Kia Center all year. How much do you need the fan support to perhaps help fuel this team and the offense and get it going?
It's going to be great to be back at home in front of our fans, that energy, that intensity, and that's something that we'll be looking forward to, take care of home court.
What went into putting Caleb in to start the fourth?
Just finding space on the floor, being able to, Jalen goes down, so just trying to figure out exactly what that looks like with our rotation changing up when you see a body go down.
How much pain do you think Jalen was in, though, in that second half? He came back in, I'm sure he wanted to do, but how much?
Quite a bit.
And then, will he get extra testing or anything when he goes back?
I think we'll evaluate him when we get back home, absolutely, yes.
Jamal, how do you put the losses in perspective for this group to ensure that mentality-wise they don't, focus on these going home?
Well, you focus on some of the things we have done well. I think our ability to get looks is one thing that you have to hit home on. The second part about it is we are defending. You're holding teams under 100 points in this series. I think that's something you hang your hat on the defensive end of the floor. So you continue to talk about that with the group and where we can get better in the small mini battles throughout the game.
Would a change to the first five be an option? You talked about the slow starts, back-to-back games. Is that something you could potentially consider? Or?
I mean, there's a lot of things to consider. We'll go back and look at the film and see exactly what lineups look like, what matchups look like, the times that they're bringing certain guys in, when we're bringing certain guys in. We'll go back and look at the film and be able to evaluate all of that.
Franz, all season long, holding a team under 100 has been a big indicator of your team's success. What's happening right now that's preventing you from being able to capitalize and win games, even when doing that?
Well, we're not scoring enough. I thought, again, we got good looks from three. But, yeah, only 9 for 35. Only 83 points. I agree. Or how much is it? I can't even see the score, but yeah, I agree. I think we're playing good defense, but got to score a little bit more.
You guys have been able to kind of find ways to win even with poor shooting games. What do you have to get back to get back to winning the paint? I know Jared Allen's a big presence there, but what do you have to get back to find your way to get those points back that you might be missing from not hitting threes?
Well, I think that's their game plan, right? So I think that could be on the second or third side, maybe getting in the paint, but on initial action, they do a pretty good job of always having someone in there. Like you said, they're really good at protecting the rim. So, just continue to move the ball, move bodies. That they can't just sit in the paint.
Coach mentioned that the slow start was really, again, a reason for Colin kind of not being able to catch up, and this is still kind of a trend for this team. Do you pinpoint commonalities between the game one start and this start? What do you need to change to kind of fix that?
I don't know exactly what happened in that first quarter, honestly. Just because a lot happened in the game, but I would say all game, I would say turnovers and then offensive rebounds. I think they're out-rebounding us in these first two games, so we gotta clean that up.
How did Jalen's injury change the mindset in that moment? Obviously, you returned to the game, but how did that shift things in that moment of the game?
Always sucks seeing the teammate go down. So luckily everything I hope is good, and luckily he was able to come back. Especially someone like Jalen, who sets the tone for us on the defensive side. So it was good to see him back out there, but yeah, never want to see that.
You mentioned Jared Allen's presence on the offensive glass and the factor that had in this game. With Jonathan out there at center, what more do you guys have to do to help him on the glass, or help even Wendell or Mo on the glass to keep him away from that?
I wouldn't even say it's not just on the bigs. A lot of times we're switching, so smaller guys defending Jared Allen under the basket, and I think it just takes all five to come back and rebound. Really not more anybody can say to us. We just got to do it.
The coach was saying the series doesn't start until a team loses at home. You guys have been great at Kia Center all year. How much can that home environment help fuel you guys and perhaps fuel this offense to get it going?
Yeah, of course. We're excited to go play at home. Do the same that they did.
Thanks, Franz.
Kind of as we discussed last game, you hold the team under 100 points. That so often has been an indication of your team's success. What are you seeing offensively right now that's perhaps preventing your team from capitalizing on your defensive prowess right now?
I would say, doing a good job clogging lanes, packing the paint, swarming the ball anytime you drive. So it makes it hard.
How do you kind of find your way through that? The shooting's obviously been an issue, but you guys have been able to find ways to succeed even without shooting too much of the air. How do you find your way kind of back to what you guys are comfortable doing offensively?
You gotta make shots. Just name of the game.
When you're looking at what Jared Allen did and how he's been able to command the paint on both sides of the ball. What do you guys have to do to kind of challenge him a little bit more and especially keep him off the glass?
Yeah, I mean, we got to put bodies on him. That's what he do. He's been doing it for a long time. He's elite around the rim in the paint, rebounding, finishing plays, blocking shots. So he's dominating right now. We gotta find a way to neutralize it.
Paolo, how do you put these two losses in perspective to ensure that from a mentality perspective it doesn't carry over as you go home?
Because I think everyone understands what these two games have been, and I don't think anyone thinks that it'll continue when we come home. But it's not just gonna happen that way. We gotta be locked in and game plan the right way. Find the confidence, hopefully the fans, and being at home and give us that.
Al, how frustrating has the two shooting performances been? I know you guys throughout the year have been able to make shots, but for whatever reason these last two games, is it just frustrating to not be able to see the ball go through the rim? Yeah, I'm sure it's frustrating for everybody. Just when you keep shooting and it's not going in, I'm sure I'm not the only one who's frustrated by that.
Paolo, Coach talked about just the start again, and he really pinpointed, one of the reasons was, just playing from behind. Can you pinpoint why it's been difficult to start games? On the road especially, used to.
I don't got an answer for you on that.
You guys have been so good at Kia Center all season. Coach was saying the series really doesn't start until a team loses at home. How much can the fans at Kia help fuel you guys and perhaps help get this offense going?
Oh, yeah, we're going to need them. We're going to need them. I mean, just seeing how much the fans, lift them guys up, being here, playing these two games, They feed off it. It helps you make shots, helps you make plays, helps you get that extra effort. So we definitely going to need the fans.
What are your biggest takeaways as you kind of look back at these two games here on the road that you can bring things back to?
Our defense is what we thought it was, but it ain't going to win us a game. We gotta be better on the other end.
When the first quarter, you guys were down 3, and then Jalen gets the injury. Obviously, he came back in the game, but in that moment, how much did that deflate you guys, or did it deflate you guys at all?
I mean, yeah, you don't ever want to see anyone go down, especially Jay. He was part of our team, heart of our team. So, you saw everybody out there, checking on him. That just speaks to how much he means to everybody. So, I would say it was a little deflating, but at least I didn't think he was out for the whole game. I knew he was going to battle back in. That's what he did.